We're here.
If you want to know, turn to the PriMalLow Wrestling Show with Tom Malloy, Robert Price, and your host, Rich Lopez.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 11 of the PriMalLow Wrestling Show. I'm your host, Rich Lopez, and we are fully staffed today. Got my two co-hosts here, Robert Price and Tom Malloy.
Hello, hello.
Hey there.
Scheduling finally paid off. Money in the Bank just took place a couple days ago, so we're going to talk about that, obviously. We have the Money in the Bank recap, like I just said, and the Raw recap, which was but we'll talk about that. And then we have the weekly topic discussion, Randy Orton, the soon-to-be Hall of Famer.
We also have our game time, where you'll find myself versus Malloy in a battle of wits. What's this week's topic?
Well, since last week we couldn't do it, this week we'll have Money in the Bank.
Very good. Also, we have this or that. This week's topic for that, Dusty Rhodes.
R.I.P., sorry.
R.I.P., yes, very true. Then we're going to finish our show with a self-high five, where we're going to look at when will we see Sheamus cash in with the Money in the Bank, or if he'll even be able to cash in at all.
Well, according to you, we'll see what happens. But
Yeah.
we'll talk about that, and then we'll just go on with the show.
American dream. He's just a common man. Working hard.
Okay, so I guess we'll start off with the pay-per-view Money in the Bank. It was, I think it was okay, I guess. But let's just start off with you. What do you think of the show before I run down the card?
I think that it was a well-done show, but it didn't stack up to the previous Money in the Banks that we've seen before.
Okay, I'll give you that. How about you, Tom?
I didn't get to watch the whole pay-per-view in its entirety. I'll be completely honest with that.
Thank you.
But at the end of the day, it might not have been as good as past Money in the Banks, but we saw future stars, future people of the company in matches that were very good. Like, you got to see Kevin Owens, future. Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose, that's a WrestleMania match.
Could be. That feud's been done so many times already.
But still, it's like Rock and Austin. It's been done a million times.
That's true, but they actually make money.
Yeah,
All right,
well,
let's
these
just go
guys
down
do too, but
the
still.
results real quick. I have it down. Pre-show match, King Barrett lost R-Truth. King of the Ring is getting punished, just like the last one when Sheamus had it. WWE Tag Team Championship match. I was actually kind of shocked that this happened. New Day lost to the Primetime Players, so they are the new Tag Team Champions. Intercontinental Championship match, which was literally the biggest waste of time. It was like 5 minutes of nothing. Ryback, who retained because of a DQ over the Big Show. Miz interfered on that. Divas Championship, we have Nikki Bella over Paige. She retains. What is she, like over 200 days now?
Close to it.
Trying to break the AJ record now
The
because
AJ
she
record
retired.
will be broken.
Of course she will, because she's with John Cena. Speaking of John Cena, he got that redemption victory over Kevin Owens. Typical John Cena rivalry. Lost first one, will win the second one. Hopefully he loses a third. We'll talk about that. And then World Heavyweight Championship match. Seth Rollins, clean victory. Thank God. Finally got his clean victory over Dean Ambrose, who had a very, very passionate speech post-pay-per-view. And then Money in the Bank match, which I thought was kind of a shocker, but Sheamus became the new Mr. Money in the Bank over... I don't want to name all the wrestlers. You guys should know who they are.
Yeah.
But, okay, what was your favorite match?
My favorite match was Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Why?
Because I think that inside some of these matches, when you see it, it's like not believable. Like, oh, that the ending just happens.
Yeah.
Everything was done in this. There's nothing more that they could have done other than just throw Dean Ambrose off the top of the ladder and have him be injured than to have this believable win.
It was a physical match. It went all over the place, which I like. That's every match they do that they're in, they do that, which I like a lot. Malloy, from the matches that you did see.
I'm gonna agree here with Price. I'm gonna say that was the best match on the card, Seth versus Dean Ambrose. I like it because finally Seth Rollins, like you said, got a clean victory over Ambrose. Makes Seth look,
Well,
strong.
they needed to make him look strong because what we just saw on Raw.
And at the same time, it didn't make Dean Ambrose look weak because of that speech at the end. I overall, that was a good match. They both put their bodies on the line. Dean Ambrose, we'll see him as WWE champion sooner. I think.
Rumble winner? Anybody thinking?
No.
Yeah,
that Reigns?
since he didn't get Money in the Bank.
Too far ahead? Oh, yeah.
Too far ahead. Cause like you said, we were planning on a triple threat Shield. So,
Yeah, we don't even know creative's going for
Yeah,
that. I think
I can't think of a way to have all three of them in the same match.
Exactly,
At
yeah.
this point.
I agree. I thought my favorite match was actually Owens Cena. Even though I told you, I thought it was pretty much the same match
Same
as
Elimination
Elimination Chamber, except that Cena did a Canadian Destroyer and he did a backflop thing. What, we don't call it that anymore?
You don't call it Canadian Destroyer, it's just Destroyer. Petey Williams would call it Canadian Destroyer.
Why, he's Canadian, I'm assuming?
Right, and then there'd be a Texas Destroyer.
So was it American Destroyer since Cena's American?
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay,
but he botched
so
that.
he
I had
did.
a huge problem with this match because he botched so many things to try to compete with Kevin Owens.
I know, he does it all the time. I agree. But I'm saying that match was just, Elimination Chamber match was so good that if they replicated it.
That's the match of the year.
I think it is match of the year so far. That or the triple threat at the Rumble, the title match. But all you had to do was replicate it, maybe change 2 or 3 moves, which they did, even though they were botches. It was good because I didn't think that the title match was good. It was really, really physical. But I don't know. I just seen so many Ambrose Rollins matches where Ambrose lays everything on the line and Rollins wins, whether it's clean or not clean. I just knew, and I already knew he was gonna hold it till Battleground or SummerSlam whenever he faced Lesnar.
I mean, we're not going to see another Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins match, I don't think, for a very long time. But we'll probably get tired of the feud, as I think everyone did is Orton with Cena.
Exactly, yeah. But so that's the reason why I did like the ladder match though. And then Sheamus, that Money in the Bank actually wasn't too bad. I wish there was a couple more spots, but the spots that Kofi took, that powerbomb on the ladder was pretty brutal, and then Neville took one too. And there's a couple. I mean, like I said, I wish there was more, but it was okay.
I'm pretty shocked overall that actually Sheamus won still.
Me too. Like I told you,
Like,
I thought everybody.
Are you going with that?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I thought everybody had a direction pre-Money in the Bank match, so I thought Reigns was gonna win.
I thought him and Kofi were the only two that were not gonna win, and Sheamus ended up winning.
I didn't think Neville was gonna win.
I still think that this match is that Sheamus winning is not good at all. I think that this match, when it first was in place, was to bring somebody who was at the mid-card level that just couldn't break it into the top level to actually do that. And then you just give this to Sheamus, who was already there, who could be believable. They already given him a push of being able to destroy everybody. So he's a believable person to be a top-tier guy. So we're just going to give him Money in the Bank briefcase for what?
Well, the thing is, I think with him is that he's not over. I mean, he's a heel, but he's not over. Like he's still
boring.
Yeah, and he still is. Like even if he has the Money in the Bank, he's gonna be boring. I hope, and this is what I hope. I know you said that you're thinking that he's gonna put the briefcase on the line with Orton, and Orton's gonna win.
Yes.
I would love that because I'm an Orton fan. I just think that hopefully we get a heel who just just won the briefcase and cashes in and isn't successful.
Oh, I love that.
Because I mean I think they're due for that again.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, there's only one, right? Or
two technically.
Damien Sandow and Cena.
Yeah.
But Cena wasn't a heel.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, I just wish that would happen, and I just don't want. I never liked Sheamus in the title picture. They rushed him too fast, and now he's just But all right.
I don't like Sheamus because he's a gimmick. Like I like Sheamus overall as a wrestler. I just don't like his gimmick.
See, I think his heel gimmick's the most over because of his look. I think that's a heel look.
Yeah, but his last heel run was better, I think, than this one.
What do you think?
I agree with Tom.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, I like this one because he's picking on smaller guys. He's like Vince
So
McMahon in wrestler form. Yeah.
The bully role, yeah.
I just like it because like I said, I like his look.
All I'll say with that is, bet you wish that he actually won the IC title at Elimination Chamber, rather than.
Do I wish that? Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
But
But
we're
I'm
all
also a big
complaining about
Ryback
it.
fan. I hope everyone knows that out there.
Yeah, Malloy back. We all know. But okay, so what was your biggest disappointment? What match was? What do you guys think about Nikki holding on the title? You think she's like this? I think she's the female Cena right now, just killing. Like Naomi should have got the title.
I think Charlotte's gonna come up and get it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I think.
I think that the match was actually pretty good. I think it was very stiff. I think Paige actually lost part of her weave. Neither one of you probably knew that, but
I watched the match. I thought Nikki's hair was long.
No,
I thought it got longer in the match. I thought she was losing her weave.
that was Paige's hair that was ripped out, and then the match became very, very stiff.
Good. And here's the thing I think that they're trying to do. Obviously, NXT has this big audience of women actually have wrestling time. And obviously, Vince is just getting an earful from Triple H and Stephanie saying, make the women's matches longer. And obviously, he wants to do that because a lot of people, supply and demand. So I just think that he's just giving Nikki too much time for holds. She's not a natural wrestler, so it doesn't look natural.
No,
Do you know what I mean?
she
Like if it
looks
was
an
Paige
idiot.
doing it, it would be fine. Or if AJ Lee was doing it, or Naomi, who's actually Natalia, like wrestlers.
Natalya
They
should be champion, but that's just my
Oh,
opinion.
she'd be in the title hunt. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think she'd be champion. She's not marketable enough. I don't think.
Top tier.
She's a heart.
She should be top tier. I agree, but I don't think she should be champion.
She's underused.
Yeah,
It's just
definitely.
a launching point.
Yeah, that's what girls, get their training from, Natalia. That's where they go to break in the business.
Well, as we said in a prior episode.
Yeah, exactly. So that was Money in the Bank. It was, like I said, at pay-per-view. I still think WrestleMania is the best one, and then probably either Extreme Rules or Rumble was probably number 2 for me. But what do you guys think of Raw?
I thought it was an okay Raw. I think Lesnar
awful.
coming out was awesome. It's a typical Raw that comes after the pay-per-view. I mean, you expect so much because you just seen the pay-per-view, and
You just get
it's
let
just
down.
slow.
Not even that, it's
storyline.
just matches, and there's not clean what do we
victories.
see? You see 1 or 2 clean victories out of 7 matches. It's just awful.
To me, overall, it had its highs and lows. I think as every Monday Night Raw does for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
But I like the
Wyatt.
promo with Wyatt. That was cool. I like how he's bringing his daughter in and stuff like that.
That's good.
That's making Wyatt's character even darker and deeper. And then you have Kevin Owens, who is the best.
He's the best heel. I
he's
told
the
you
best
that.
heel, yeah.
Well, you thought Rollins was. I said he's the best heel.
Until he powerbombed Machine Gun Kelly through a thing, because I
okay.
hate Machine Gun Kelly, number one.
Oh, okay. Well, I just
And-
like the heel move.
And he played the heel move because I don't like guest hosts. I don't like the guest hosts on the show.
I know you don't. That or women's wrestling for some reason.
Okay.
But we don't want to get in trouble. But
Exactly.
yeah, I think Owens is the best heel right now, especially what he did to Cena at Money in the Bank, and then which if you think about it, WrestleMania 29, Machine Gun Kelly performed for Cena.
So there's a tie in there.
There's a tie-in, yeah. So I liked it. Triple H and Rollins segment at the end was awesome with Lesnar coming out. I just wish that he did a quick F5 to somebody. That didn't happen.
That's
but
also, I think that's breaking ground for the Rollins Triple H match that will happen at SummerSlam.
yeah, I agree.
But who do you think Lesnar will face though at SummerSlam?
There's a
Wins the title.
poster that leaked out this morning that had Reigns and Lesnar on a cover. I don't know how that. I don't know how that's gonna tie in, but we'll see. That was a really fast 11 minutes. You guys want to move on to the topic discussion?
Please.
All right. Well, hope you guys enjoyed that. We're gonna go on with our topic discussion now. Okay, so one of the participants in the Money in the Bank match, who did not win, Randy Orton. I call him the living legend, soon to be Hall of Famer. What happened?
I don't like the living legend because Bruno Sammartino is the living legend.
Dude, there's so many living legends right now. Triple H.
Ah.
You can't mean.
Cena.
That's what I'm saying. Cena, Triple H.
Hogan.
What? Undertaker.
Let's just go on with it.
Anyway. All right. Well, anyway, he's out of title picture right now because obviously he lost at Extreme Rules. He lost at Elimination. What was it? Elimination Chamber? No, Payback. Sorry, Payback.
Yes.
And he obviously didn't win the Money in the Bank, so he's still not in the title picture. But I just think he's too popular, and his wrestling moves are just too good. He's just so memorable. I think he should not be at the mid card. So how would you guys book him going forward till, let's say, WrestleMania? Tom, since you have your hands up.
All right. Like I said, I see him feuding with Sheamus.
Yes.
Putting the briefcase on the line. Orton wins the briefcase. Triple H goes back to his golden boy as he always was ever since he was in Evolution. Triple H and Orton always had that bond. Takes him, brings him back in the Authority. Orton gets the belt. He's right in there at WrestleMania.
You want him as title holder at WrestleMania?
Yeah, I think Orton's all that. You kind of got me into him more, but
Yeah, I did.
watching right now on the roster, Orton's the best wrestler on the roster.
I think he's the best wrestler.
He's old enough. He has been there long enough where he should be doing what Cena's doing, having the title.
But he doesn't get it.
He's not getting it. He's not getting the same. Why he should get the Cena treatment?
Yeah. It happens. How about you?
I'm going to disagree with you. I think that he is what Shawn Michaels was. I mean, Orton, he can get the belt at any moment. Of course, he has an explosive finisher, just like Michaels did.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't need the title to be who he is.
All right, so give me
He's
feud.
bigger than the title.
Yeah, I
a feud,
agree. Give me
he's
feuds.
with he's
Besides Sheamus. Everybody knows Sheamus
I
can
have-
happen. Go
I
ahead.
have
Okay.
for up and comers like NXT people like Adrian Neville, or you have like Kevin Owens. After he gets done with Cena, he could go to Orton, or you have anybody that you need them to get into a top level.
So you think
main
to
event
get
thing.
so to get
He
to the
is-
main event, you need to get.
He's
Orton.
another gatekeeper.
Kind of like what Michaels did for him back in 2002.
Right. He is
2003.
Yeah.
that good that if you beat Orton,
You're already.
then
like,
you
you're
are
on
an
the spot.
established superstar.
Okay.
I think
That's
like
mine.
him beating Cena would definitely like to me Cena's at 100%. Orton is like 95, 97.
That's only because he doesn't have the personality that resonates with the crowd.
Exactly. He hates everyone.
Yeah. It kind of, I always feel like if you compare the Attitude Era, I always say, like, I don't know, Austin's the most popular, but I feel like the fans connected. Well, I don't know, it's hard. I'm not going to go with that.
It's the same thing as a Cena. The heels go after Cena to be the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
You have the faces
That's
go
true,
after
yeah.
Orton to be the gatekeeper.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. See, I think the Sheamus feud, Sheamus is going to go in the Authority soon, and they're going to kick Rollins out.
Kind of was a send-off tonight that they kind of...
I just get that vibe because Triple H loves Sheamus behind, backstage, and he's a heel, Authority's heel. I think it's just perfect timing. Obviously, he's going to be groomed to be the next champion. But after that, I don't know. I mean, I like the Kevin Owens name drop you just said.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
I still want a Wyatt Orton feud. I don't know why.
The Viper versus the guy who hunts gators, pretty much.
What?
We're not talking about Skinner here.
Yeah,
We're talking about Bray Wyatt.
What? So why does he come out with tobacco and stuff like that on Monday?
This is a boy.
Yeah,
No. Wyatt's like a
Whoa.
swamp guy. He's a swamp
I
guy.
think we're going way too far with this.
Skinner. I'm just saying, or if Bray Wyatt wants to further establish himself, like he tried to do with Cena, but obviously he got buried. Go to Orton. Orton's still a face.
I'm telling you, he's a gator.
The Gator Hunter. Anyway, hopefully I just want him to be used properly at WrestleMania. I feel like besides this WrestleMania, he hasn't been used right.
No.
So he's really underused and he's been in forgotten matches. Maybe I'm just biased because I'm an Orton fan, but that's just how I am. For a superstar at his magnitude with wrestling ability, you should have better matches at WrestleMania.
He's the best wrestler on the roster.
I think he's one of them, yeah. I won't say he's the best. Neville's really good.
Every
Owens
movie
is
does
really
is
good.
clean.
Oh, yeah, he's the most fluent. I'll give you that. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. You guys ready for the game competition?
I'm ready.
It's been 2 weeks, man.
Yeah.
I'm missing out. Tom, you ready? There you go. Knuckle up. Let's fight. Game competition, Money in the Bank.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
All right, no cheating, Price.
I'm not cheating.
I'm going to block my paper. Here we go, head-to-head. Tom Malloy versus Robert Price. Today's game topic, Money in the Bank, since we couldn't talk about it last week. Question number 1. Which one of these participants did not compete in the first ever Money in the Bank match? A, Chris Benoit. B, Tyson Tomko. It's not a trick question. I know you're thinking about that. And C, Kane. Price.
Tyson Tomko.
Correct. My thing's not working, but Price. Okay. Number 2. Who won the 3rd annual Money in the Bank match at WrestleMania 23? Thank you, Tom, for the pen. A, Mr. Kennedy. B, CM Punk. C, RVD. Tom, that'd be you.
RPD?
Who are you?
Mr. Kennedy.
Is that even allowed? We're gonna let that curse slide. Stop cursing. Number 3. Who won back-to-back Money in the Bank ladder matches at WrestleMania? A, Edge. B, CM Punk. C, Kane.
CM Punk.
You better come back strong, Tom. Number 4. Who won the Money in the Bank ladder match the last time it was showcased at WrestleMania? A, Jack Swagger. B, Kofi Kingston. C, Christian.
Jack Swagger.
Oh, thank God. Although it's over. Bryce gets this one. Number 5, pretty much the win. The Money in the Bank pay-per-view debuted in 2010. Who won the SmackDown edition of the ladder match? A, Big Show. B, Kane. C, Daniel Bryan.
Kane.
That's game. He picked Kane. That's game. I got bars. We'll let you go, though. We'll get 6 and 7 out for the audience. All right, Tom. On the same pay-per-view, Money in the Bank 2010, who won the Raw edition of the ladder match? A, Randy Orton. B, Edge. C, The Miz.
The Miz.
Thank God. You looked at me so dedicated, I could stop laughing. Sorry. All right, Price, just put the nail in the coffin again. Who won the 2013 Money in the Bank ladder match, SmackDown edition? A, Randy Orton. B, Damian Sandow. C, Daniel Bryan.
2013. Let's go to 2014. Damian Sandow.
Look at you. That's how you use the dates, man. I like it. Price with domination, 5-2 victory. Tom, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
I avenged my loss.
He avenged the loss. What are you now? 9-1?
9-2.
How? It's episode 11. We didn't have one last year. We didn't have one last
Now
week.
he's 9-2 now. Like
9-2
10,
now.
11.
We didn't have a 10.
I'm 8-2.
Thank you.
All right, fine.
Why don't you just say it then?
I was trying to count. My
I
bad.
can't do this all myself.
All right, 8-2. I'm sorry.
8-2.
Malloy, step your game up. I'm playing one soon, so somebody think of questions. All right, we're gonna go on to this or that about the Hall of Famer and legend, the common man, son of a plumber, Dusty Rhodes. Okay, this or that. I'm gonna give Tom and Price, well, and myself, 2 options, and then you get to pick this or that. Which one do you want to choose? Which one do you think is better? So we'll start off. This is about Dusty Rhodes. As you guys know, he passed away last week, and just kind of like our tribute to him, because I think I always say geniuses in the wrestling industry. I probably say he's top 5 for me. Top 5, definitely top 10. He's on the cusp of the top 5 for
One of
me.
the best writers.
Definitely best writers. He came up with all the ideas for NWA.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Obviously a great wrestler, great promos, great talker. You know, that's what Dusty was. But let's just start off. Better NWA rivalry. Harley Race or Ric Flair? I'll start off with the winner. Price. Not Tom Malloy, Robert Price.
I'm going with Ric Flair on this one.
Okay.
The reason being is because Dusty Rhodes, at a time, I think he made Ric Flair go up. Like, he made Ric Flair, he made the Four Horsemen because one of their huge rivalries was with Dusty Rhodes.
Oh, yeah. The
And-
common man versus the guy who was all about money and stuff like that. Go ahead. You guys keep talking.
Yeah, so
Put the guard dog in.
that's what I thought. I thought, Dusty Rhodes was... Him and Ric Flair, they had great matches for that time.
Well, that was the hottest thing, too.
They-
the Four
yeah.
Horsemen.
That's the
Sorry.
biggest thing in the wrestling business at that time.
Well,
yeah.
for NWA, WWE was hot off WrestleMania, but in '85, especially when the Dusty Rhodes, I think it was the last. I'm not really keen on history with NWA, but I remember I think it was the hot feud was Dusty Rhodes came in to save Ric Flair in a cage, right? And then he turned on Dusty, and the Four Horsemen came in and beat him up, and then that's when he was out for a couple months.
They
Hence
broke
the
his
hard,
ankle.
Is that what it was?
They broke
and then
his
the
ankle.
and then the Hard Times promo came after that. That's when he
Yes.
returned, and then they announced the Starrcade '85, if I'm right, which was a great match. But Ric Flair came out of that victorious, and then they had that classic Great American Bash in '86, which
Yes.
Dusty won.
Yes.
What do you have? Harley Race or Ric Flair?
I also have Ric Flair. I think it's one of the best rivalries in NWA because I also think that Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes put NWA on the map.
Yes.
They
Agree.
really did that, and I think with this overall, Harley Race, him versus Harley Race, that's one thing, but
It was just a change in times,
yeah.
too. He had that in the early '80s, and TV wasn't as prominent.
But with Ric Flair, though, he put Ric Flair on the map. Because, even look at, documentaries and stuff, Ric Flair wanted to be like Dusty Rhodes.
Well, yeah, he was the mentor. He was
the mentor, so you got to see, the mentor versus the mentee.
Yeah,
And it's a pretty cool concept, and they had gruesome, great matches.
Yeah. For me, I have Ric Flair just because, like you said, Price, Ric Flair, limousine riding, glamorous lifestyle. When he was a champion, he always, wore the suit, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Dusty Rhodes
exactly.
came out. He'd wear a suit here and there, but he'd usually be like denim, cowboy hat,
Son of a plumber.
Exactly. Just common clothes, common man. It was just a great clash of styles because obviously the fans were always for Dusty. And I think their matches were just more memorable because it was on pay-per-views more than him and Harley Race. Better WWE rivalry, as you guys know, became in late 1989. Sorry, and he had 3 rivalries: Big Boss Man, Savage, DiBiase. But obviously everybody knows these two: Randy Savage or Ted DiBiase. Tom.
I picked Randy Savage. I like that. That was a really good feud. I like the Common Man versus the King.
Yeah.
The Common Woman versus Shannon Martel, right?
Yeah, Queen. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. I like the overall concept. I really didn't follow wrestling that much from earlier.
Yeah.
I know of the Randy Savage feud. I really don't know much of the Ted DiBiase feud.
It was immediately after.
Yeah.
And it was pretty much in the 90s and late 80s, early 90s. You had a feud, it would just go, because there wasn't that much TV.
Yeah.
So it would be like Royal Rumble right before SummerSlam, unless you want to count SummerSlam. And then after that, you'd pretty much have that feud. Your next feud would be right after SummerSlam until Royal Rumble. And then you start the WrestleMania thing.
And also, I was never a big fan of Ted DiBiase. I think he was a mediocre at best wrestler.
What? I think he's the most underrated
Whoa.
wrestler in that era.
Yeah.
Him and Jake Roberts. Well, Jake Roberts now.
No, Jake Roberts is much better.
Solid
I'm not a big
number
fan of
3
Ted
and 4.
DiBiase.
I think that's definitely. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Unless,
I think his son was a better wrestler than him.
What?
Oh,
Hey, okay, how about you? Because I think you have
I
the
went
same.
with Ted DiBiase.
I agree.
I think that the feud that he had with him, the guy who has all the money, once again, it's pretty similar to the Ric Flair one.
It really
we
is.
were just saying. But also running Sapphire.
That's why I like. I was gonna say, like you just said, it's similar to the Ric Flair, but it's Ted DiBiase buying stuff to give Dusty Rhodes a disadvantage. Like he takes away Sapphire.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. So I mean, don't get me wrong. The Savage and Dusty Rhodes feud is gonna be memorable because that was the first intergender match at WrestleMania 6.
Yeah.
But obviously, on a storyline basis, I'm gonna go with Ted DiBiase because, like I said, Savage I think was the best wrestler in that generation, but Ted DiBiase wrestling wise, it's either him or Jake for number 2, I think. And you agree with that or no?
I agree.
So okay, here we go. Speaking of sons and giving like offspring of Dusty Rhodes, which son do you think is better? This isn't counting gimmicks. This is just talent. Dustin Rhodes, Goldust, as people might know him better as, or Cody Rhodes, or the more recent viewers of Wrestling Stardust. No gimmicks though. I'm just saying. Price, go ahead.
I'll go with Dustin Rhodes
Okay.
because of the ability that he had. He was wrestling against Undertaker.
I mean, if you want to
Even before
include the
that.
gimmicks, you
Yeah,
could. But I'm saying that's
as
talent.
Goldust, he was able to wrestle at top people
Yeah.
such as like Undertaker. He had a couple matches with Mankind, Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
I mean, Triple H, he wrestled. I mean, he was able to do that. He even did it in WCW as well with his dad
Yeah.
mentoring him. Then when he came back, his latest stay with WWE, I think that he's just been tearing it up with showing everything that he's learned.
Yeah, I said besides Orton, fluidity
Best
wise.
power slam.
Well, yeah, but no, I think Orton. Well, we always argue
Yeah.
it's 1A, 1B. Fluidity wise, I think Goldust is top 3, maybe top 3 or definitely top 5. But how about you?
I picked Cody Rhodes. I feel as though like Dustin Rhodes, he's done it all. He faced plenty of great people throughout his time, but I think this is just the beginning for Cody Rhodes. I think he has one thing over his brother. He's like a good high flyer. He's
aerial.
a risk taker. He's an aerial person. But at the same time, Cody Rhodes is a grappler. I mean, one of his signature moves is the Alabama Slam. I mean, he
That was a great move.
That's a great move.
It's a
He's 2-time state champion, right?
yeah,
Correct.
and he's overall I think a better athlete than his brother is.
I'll give you that.
I think he's in better physical condition, and
I think that's just size.
yeah, size and your
And
makeup.
different era, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you be drinking and
Yeah.
you're doing...
I mean, Cody Rhodes have a cook and eating contest with Daniel Bryan and CM Punk in the back at that point in time.
Yeah.
Versus Goldust having a drinking competition against the Undertaker.
Exactly.
I mean, it's the change of times.
It
but
really is, yeah.
Overall, I think Cody Rhodes has a bright future ahead of him. I think he'll be the first WWE champion out of the Rhodes family.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think overall Cody Rhodes has a very big future ahead of him.
Okay. So you're taking the upside over overall.
Yeah.
Okay. I have Cody Rhodes just because he's more well-rounded, as in he can grapple just like Dustin Rhodes / Goldust, whatever you want to call him, but he's more aerial, so I'm going to go on that. And I just feel like the difference between Cody Rhodes is that he's just in an era now where he just can't catch a break because there's so many talented wrestlers. Goldust, that gimmick made him work so well, he just stood out. Cody Rhodes had really good WrestleMania moments, especially with Rey Mysterio.
Oh my God,
and he
that's
should have
phenomenal.
got a push after that, which he kind of did with the IC title, but it wasn't.
I thought he was gonna be world heavyweight champion.
He should have. He should have
got that Money in the Bank match.
Yeah, and that's another thing they dropped the ball on with him and Sandow. That feud, that was a really good feud, I thought. But like I said, he just didn't catch a break yet. I think he will soon because he's that talented. And we're gonna
his dad passed away. He might get a little.
little discount.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
it's sad to say.
no,
but
it
it's
really
the
is.
truth.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're probably right. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Dusty Rhodes is pretty much known for his promos, as everybody knows. In the '80s, he was one of the best talkers of the '80s. So we're gonna close out with the better promo, Hard Times, which everybody should know these two. That's why I picked these two: the Hard Times promo or the Kings and Queens promo. Price. I know you like his promos a lot, so I'll start with you.
I go with Kings and Queens
Yeah.
because he said, in that promo, he said he was at the highest of highs and the lowest of lows, and that's pretty much his entire character.
Yeah.
What it was.
Common. Yeah.
And I
It's
think
like a
if
common
you
person,
were
everybody.
the better promo, as we're saying, like if you were going to pick,
Yeah.
this or that,
Exactly.
I would pick this one because this one would be,
Bang.
This is him.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hard times, everybody goes through hard times, but he.
For him individually.
Yes.
Yes. And he describes it too, which I like.
Yes.
How about you, Tom?
I'm a big fan of the Hard Times promo. I really think it put him on. A lot of people remember that, I think, overall, but same with the Kings and Queens, one of the most popular. There's definitely his most two popular promos. But I think he, to me, it's like telling a story to, the American people. You might have hard times, but at the end of the day, you're going to have good times, and the good times will always overlap the hard times.
Yeah.
I thought that was his best promo. I think it really put him on the map, too.
On the mic could be.
On the mic, and it definitely put him over from just going from, the South and the Midwest, people, and,
yeah.
the North, the Northeast territories where WWF was covering everything.
Yeah.
Kind of showed, Rhodes on a different level.
Yeah, I can see that. For me, I just have hard times, just because I like how he said well, I mean, it's actually after the line where he says, hard times is where you're a guy working 30 years or whatever, a computer took his spot. After that, I think he said something about two bad people in the world, John Wayne, and he died, and the other one's standing right here, which means he's a bad boy. And he's pretty much saying he's gonna hurt Ric Flair for what he did to him and making hard times. It's he describes he describes the USA pretty much at that time.
Yep.
By saying hard times, and right after that he goes, I'm a bad boy. You just messed with the wrong person. I'm taking that title off you. So as he describes the whole country, he describes his motive. So that's why I like it so much. That's probably my number 3, and the other 2 I like, which we talked about before. His promos with superstar Billy Graham, late
Insane.
70s. I love them.
I'm the man of the other man with the power. I'm the him making the record breaking out smiling great and lovely face.
See, I know you like it, obviously.
Love
but
it.
no, I like those a lot. Very Muhammad Ali-like.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Which
Yes.
superstar Billy Graham was the same exact way, too.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, so let's throw a tribute to Dusty Rhodes. Definitely top 10 geniuses in the wrestling industry of all time. So that's our tribute to you, R.I.P. Thanks for the memories. Let's go on to our closing segment, which is the self high five. Okay, so self high five. This segment right here is just our favorite, our top 5 of whatever our topic is. Today's topic is Sheamus, who just won Money in the Bank. When do you think he's going to cash in the Money in the Bank contract? We're going to start with Malloy. Give me your top 5 through 1.
My top 5, number 5 would be cashes in at a random Raw, whatever.
Around any pay-per-view, just to try to make it a period.
I think it was just gonna be maybe before SummerSlam, it'll fail.
Before, okay.
And then I was thinking a random SmackDown, maybe before another pay-per-view, maybe the pay-per-view after SummerSlam.
So we got a Raw before SummerSlam, we got a SmackDown after.
No, I was thinking maybe they keep it for a bit, maybe the Raw before Royal Rumble.
Okay.
SummerSlam, if it's gonna be Brock Lesnar against whoever that person is, Lesnar might even be hurt. If it's Reigns, him, come in while he's hurt, give him a bro kick, gets the belt, because Lesnar's not gonna be around after SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, for number 5, I feel like he's going to lose it to Orton at some point, and we're going to see the match I've been wanting to see for a very long time, Orton versus Lesnar.
I've been wanting that for a while too, but okay. It's not bad. Go ahead. Sorry.
We said this in later episodes as well.
Earlier
My number
episodes.
1.
Wait, go 5 through 1.
Oh, okay. My
I know
number
you went
5.
through 5.
My number 5. In Your House 1000.
Yes.
Just in case.
They're
bringing it back.
What are we on? 996, I think. No, I'm joking.
Number 4. As soon as Dean wins, and he's going to join the Authority after, Dean Ambrose wins the title.
So you think Dean Ambrose is going to win a title?
Yeah.
Soon?
Of course.
Okay.
Then number 3, Hell in the Cell, because right after, kind of like the Cena thing, he just went through this huge match, and number 2, SummerSlam,
Okay.
just in case, and number 1, the Raw after WrestleMania.
It's always everybody always
Hot
thinks
crowd.
WrestleMania. Yeah, I mean you have to have something huge there. For me, I have number 5 at Royal Rumble. Excuse me. I don't know why. Just put that there because I just always say McMahon likes to try to pull new things and surprising things in the wintertime.
Yes.
He's done it a million times. Mankind, Jericho, Daniel Bryan, Edge. I could just name it. And that's just money. That's mostly Money in the Bank too. When I think about it. Sandow, even though he wasn't successful. Number 4, Night of Champions. I just have a feeling it's gonna be something around either January, December, or around SummerSlam. Just because if Lesnar, you need something fresh since Lesnar's going to be out TV for a while. So at this September Night of Champions. Number 3, Survivor Series, because I'm trying to think of the 4 main pay-per-views. And has there ever been a cash in at Rumble?
No.
No, but Edge cashed in near Rumble, so that counts, I think, January.
Yeah.
Nobody's really cashed in around Survivor Series. Well, Sandow did. But anyway, I have Survivor Series because that's a main pay-per-view, and that actually needs a shake-up severely.
Right.
Number 2, I have Raw after SummerSlam. I think it's going to be around SummerSlam, and then number 1 after SummerSlam. Lesnar's going to be off TV. They need a guy with his similar style as him, just not as amateur wrestling-like, but that's our Sub 5-5. Don't forget to like us on social media. We have Twitter, which is our handler is at PriMalLow Show. We have SoundCloud, PriMalLow Show, right?
Correct.
Facebook, the PriMalLow Wrestling Show.
Right.
Don't be afraid to send us questions. Leave comments how you like the show. What do you want us to do differently? We could take criticism very, very well. So we have a couple questions actually. We have one from Brian Mocker, which was one of our high school friends. So
he said, "Can you tell me the top 5 wrestling schools?"
he said name a couple wrestling schools, so we decided.
So we gave a top 5. We all got together. We came up with this. Number 5, Storm Wrestling Academy, Lance Storm. That's in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Very good wrestler. Very underrated in this time.
Very true.
Number 4, Team 3D Academy of Pro Wrestling by Bubba Ray and Devon.
Yep.
That's in Florida. Number 3, Johnny Rod's School of Wrestling. That's in New York.
There you go.
No censorship, Funking Conservatory Wrestling School.
FUNK for those.
For anybody that needs to know. That's also in Florida. And the number 1 wrestling school, as we all agreed,
should all know.
the Wild Samoan Pro Wrestling Training Center, which is in Florida, but also they still have a presence inside of Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Big names came out of there, big names. And then what was our other ones from? You said there's another one? Or no?
We had another question from Keith Homechek.
Keith Homechek, the homie.
J-
What's up,
Aw.
Keith? Go ahead.
He asked us, what was your favorite Dusty Rhodes moment, and what will you always remember about him?
You can go first.
I'm going to go first. My favorite Dusty Rhodes moment was the match he had with Randy Orton.
Yeah, the Great American
Yes.
Bash 07?
The bull rope
Yeah.
match. I loved that match. I think that, it was even close to his Hall of Fame induction.
It was like months after. He got inducted in March or April, whenever that Mania was.
So he was still hot, and with the younger audience, he was still relevant.
Mm-hmm. And a legend, so. Got Orton over, too.
And I'll always remember Dusty Rhodes as being one of the best people on the mics. I mean, I would always walk around and say his promos. And just how he was able to help the wrestlers that we're seeing today.
Exactly. He called people at NXT his NXT kids, so.
Yeah.
How about you?
I think I remember the most about Dusty Rhodes. He gave his whole life to the wrestling industry.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything inside and out, as being a wrestler, being a booker, being a writer, NXT talent, everything else. He did so much more than I think a lot of wrestlers from the 70s
That
till
era
today have ever given back to their wrestling.
That's how it is, too. Like, people in the 70s and 80s, they're so stuck on their wrestling personality that they stuck to it, and they didn't care about helping other people.
No.
Dusty Rhodes is one of those few that, all right, there's going to be a new breed coming in. It's a revolving door.
Yeah, exactly. Your shelf life's 10 years. Like we talked about this before, between 5 and 10 years as a wrestler. Agree. But matches I remember the most is definitely him with Ric Flair. To me, like that, they were some damn good matches.
Yeah.
They were really good matches.
For me, I just, like you just said, behind the scenes, he did a lot. I always say Paul Heyman, McMahon, they should be known for, their stuff behind the scenes. Dusty Rhodes is another one of those guys.
We should receive the Warrior Award this year for that,
I think Warrior Award's more of a citizen.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, favorite matches, I always liked him and Savage. Him and Flair was good. And a memorable thing, he wasn't really a match. I liked when he turned on WCW and went to the NWO and WCW. I think it was that Sold Out. He joined Hall and Nash, so that was pretty cool because he went back to being a heel. I don't think that's ever been done, actually. I'm trying to think if he ever was or not. Maybe when he was with Murdoch, a tag team.
It could have been, but, I mean, just that shock value of him leaving the WCW when he was the guy who was behind the scenes and everything. to jump ship to NWO. Just another person jumping to NWO.
Oh yeah, it's something that sucked about it, but he was a long time stay in WCW,
Right.
so that's why I remember that. Texas Deathmatch was Superstar Billy Graham, and all the promos was Superstar Billy Graham. That was a guy who was not a mainstay in the Garden, and they went crazy for him there. That's
awesome.
a testament to his wrestling ability and his talent. Like I said, we're always gonna remember him. He was definitely a Hall of Famer and class act. So, hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. Stay tuned next week for episode 12. Like I said, follow us on social media. We have Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, YouTube. You guys want to do sign-offs?
Catch y'all later.
Good. You want to give a little...
Just a common man.
There you go. Take care, guys. Thank you for listening.